Dad, when will my AC be fixed?
I don't know. It's your flux capacitor. They don't make them anymore. Special order. Couple grand easy.
Oh my God, what?
Don't get air conned into paying for shoddy service and stuff you don't need. Put Goodfellas on the job. Goodfellas AC will repair or install your AC the right way the first time. You'll know up front exactly what it'll cost and how long it'll take. No surprises and free second opinions. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up with science.
You mean they don't use yesterday's newspaper?
No, they use the latest in technology and innovation to eliminate bugs, bees, termites, weeds, and more.
So no as seen on TV salt guns?
Nope, only solutions that target insect biology, using chemistry to help protect the environment, people, and their pets.
You are so smart.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up. Call 886-3029 or visit essentialpest.com.
Do you often worry you left your garage door open? With the LiftMaster Garage Door Opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit KaiserGarage.com to learn more.
Bear down, Wildcats fans. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Brought to you by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed. Life well lived. This is the home of your Arizona Wildcats. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, the Arizona Wildcats knock off the Weber State Wildcats by a score of 48-3. 2-0 is the record right now, heading into another matchup with Wildcats. That will be the Kansas State Wildcats coming up on Friday night at Arizona Stadium in the final non-conference game of the season, in which the two teams will obviously be Big 12, but not playing a conference game. It is Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. 520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. We are going to take your calls this evening. Talk some Arizona football with you. See if we can get you a highlight or two here.
And Noah, a couple of hand claps, will take the snap straight back to throw. Has some time, waits. Deep down the near side, got a man open. Watley makes the catch. He is gone. Nunu to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Arizona.
Noah Fafita throws an absolute dime. He just dropped it right in the bucket in stride. Nunu Watley jets to the corner of the end zone for a touchdown.
Well, how about 2 touchdowns tonight for Nunu Watley? Gilkey out of the
Big
shotgun.
night.
Fires over the top. Tipped up in the air. Picked off. Arizona with the football the other way. Inside the 30. Down to the 20. Still alive at the 15. And out of bounds shy of the 10-yard line. Genesis Smith with the pick. And the return sets up the Wildcats deep in the red zone.
Indeed. Big night for the offense. Javen Watley. Nunu scoring 2 first-half touchdowns from Noah Fafita on passes of 31 and 85 yards. Noah finished 17 of 22, 373 yards, 5 touchdown passes. 48-3 was the final score in favor of Arizona. My top takeaway, and we'll get to the fellows here as well. I've got Kelvin Ifon. He is the captain from 1998. And we've also got Glenn Howe, the tight end, from 1985. Guys, I thought, and we talked about this, Glenn, on the pregame show, about how we thought this would be a game where you wanted to establish the run against this lesser of opponent, Weber State. But the reality after the game started was this was a game that Seth Dagey, I called it a confidence game. Seth Dagey wanted to try to get as much confidence going in his quarterback as he could. And so they came out throwing the ball. I mean, Javon Watley, literally that first touchdown, I mean, he just ran right by the guy. Defensive back literally let him go, and Noah hit him with a dime. They came out, gave Noah some dump downs. They went deep when they had the opportunity to go deep. Clearly, they wanted to get some confidence in this quarterback. Did not maybe play as sharp, did not throw the ball as sharply as what we all would have liked for him to have done so last Saturday. Again, didn't turn it over last Saturday. Made some good decision, but still there was some growing pains in there. And I think that what they wanted to do tonight was try to make sure that Noah came out of this with a whole lot of confidence in himself, and he executed. Again, you get a game plan, I think, from your offensive coordinator. You get a game plan, and still you have to execute it, and I thought Noah Fifita executed the game plan Seth Doege gave him with precision tonight.
You got me? I really think that Noah spinned it pretty good tonight. I think he did hit. I thought on the move, when he was on the move, he really threw the ball well. There's maybe a couple of throws that he didn't get, but maybe one or two, I think. But most of the time, when he rolled to his left, I thought he threw that one ball to, I think it was Hunter, and threw a nice ball that was just right in his hands, and he set up and threw the ball well. So I thought he did really well with that. And, you're right. It was a confidence booster tonight. I would have loved to see them run the ball a little bit better. I think that the offensive line played decent. I don't think they played great. I think pass pro was not as great as I thought it should have been. And then I thought they should have had a little bit more, the better cup for him to throw, because they were getting caved in on the outside a little bit too much. But other than that, I thought they did pretty good.
Yeah, and I think Weber State had a lot to do with the reason why Noah was passing the ball. I think they watched the game last week and saw 3 running backs get touchdowns, break off big runs. So they really loaded the box, and they were in man-to-man situation with no help over the top. So that's the reason why got in one-on-one situations. Quarterback make a check. He throw the ball. I think it was a few times there were designed runs, but he just checked. He just pulled the ball out and made the quick pass. And the guys made some plays downfield. But yeah, Noah was finding an open guy. I mean, it didn't look like he was locking in on any specific guy, trying to force the ball, looking past his progressions. He was literally looking 1, 2, 3, 4, finding an open guy, putting the ball on him, and letting him play ball.
Yeah, and letting him run. Yeah. We talked about that in the pregame. We wanted to have him throw passes where they can get the ball and run. Mm-hmm. It wasn't just like get the ball or out. It's too high or it's to the side. He gave it in stride, so that was a good thing to see.
And I'll add this. You do want to see a little bit more attitude with the run, especially against a Weber State type of team, to where you're like, hey, lock this run. Lock mean that we call a run and we run the run. Yeah. Because it's just an attitude play, right? And you want to get your guys used to understanding that, hey, sometimes we want to run at these guys regardless of, what fronts they got, especially when you're playing.
Work on their minds.
Yeah.
Work on their minds.
On a weaker opponent. You're working on your offensive lineman mind frame, because you're getting them to understand that, they got to be tough and rough if you really want to compete against some of the better teams.
And it wasn't maybe, guys, necessarily in terms of, the big number. We saw 183 on the ground last week, 150 this week, but still the averages were good. Amadi averaged close to 6 yards per carry, 9 for 51, and Wesley came in at the end. I didn't see any of it because I was on my way back from the ball game, but I was listening to Brian, and I'm looking forward to watching that fourth quarter tape. But it sounded, Glenn, like what we saw that night when we were there at that one practice, practice where they actually tackled to the ground. It sounded like he was running a lot like what we saw that night.
Yeah, I thought he ran hard. I thought Wesley ran hard. I mean, he's just a bull. I mean, he's running with attitude, and that's what you have to do if you want to run the ball. And there's some backs. We got some backs back there that can handle a load. I just think that, we got to block a little bit better up there in front to give them some more room and get it up to the next level. And we're going to get see some guys breaking more runs.
Pretty cool to see Anthony Wilhite, the kid out the South Point, get a chance to run the ball. I mean, got 5 opportunities. I mean, usually walk-ons don't get a chance to get that many, so he must have been doing a great job at practice to get those opportunities. So shout out to him and his dad. I know the family. Ismail, right?
Yeah.
9 carries, 51 yards. Like DK said, over 5.7, almost 6 yards. But catching the ball out the backfield also and being able to take it 20, 30 yards for a touchdown.
Right.
That's huge right there because, again, another added weapon in that passing game that's a running back that's, as a runner, he's showing you what he can do, the pop that he has. But then being able to catch the ball and make something happen in the pass game is just another threat that the defense has to worry about.
520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day. Let's get our first break in here. We'll come back. We'll talk more about a 48-3 win for the Arizona Wildcats over the Weber State Wildcats. We'll review our keys to the game. Our beat the book. Did we beat the book tonight? Did all of us beat the book? Did any of us beat the book? As well as we'll get you all your scores and hear from the locker room. I believe I'm seeing, obviously, Nunu in there tonight. We'll hear from him, head coach Brent Brennan, as well. Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Sean Furrier here for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Whether you're new to Arizona or you've been driving here for decades, you're driving in the world's largest video game. Stopping, starting, turning, heating up, and cooling down. And that's just your afternoon commute. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's 14 award-winning locations have been helping drivers just like you get home safely for over 60 years. With top quality tire brands, no hidden extras, and one low price. Jack Furrier has everything you need to stay in the game. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, here to get you there.
Do you often worry you left your garage door open? With the LiftMaster Garage Door Opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit KaiserGarage.com to learn more.
Every day is a balancing act, with work, family, goals, all asking for more. It helps to have tools that meet you at every step and a team that will always be by your side. We're ICCU. We're a credit union that has been helping members achieve financial success since 1940. In fact, we put member success first, one by one, year after year, for 85 years and counting. Now, we're here for you, Tucson. Join us, ICCU.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
September is here, the kids are in school, football has started, and it's still hot in the old Pueblo. Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing is your trusted, local, and family-owned air conditioning and plumbing service provider. We have been serving Tucson and the surrounding areas for over 24 years. Call Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 or go to picturerockscooling.com to set up your next appointment online.
Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up with science.
You mean they don't use yesterday's newspaper?
No, they use the latest in technology and innovation to eliminate bugs, bees, termites, weeds, and more.
So no as seen on TV salt guns?
Nope, only solutions that target insect biology, using chemistry to help protect the environment, people, and their pets.
You are so smart.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up. Call 886-3029 or visit essentialpest.com.
It's Truck Month at O'Reilly Chevrolet. Here's how you know you might need a new one. If your tailgate's held on with a bungee cord and a prayer, you might need a new truck. O'Reilly Chevrolet is here for your fresh start with years of experience and quality people. So what are you waiting for? See us at O'Reilly Chevrolet on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or go to O'Reilly.com. O'Reilly Chevrolet, giving you more since 1924. Together, let's drive.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
My family was having significant challenges, so I dropped out of high school. I returned to school as a computer science major to support my family. And Earn to Learn and Hughes Federal Credit Union helped me get back on the right track, teaching me to be responsible with my money and planning for my future. Learning about the credit union difference gave me the life goal to never bank anywhere else.
Find out how Hughes and Earn to Learn join forces to support student success at hughesfcu.org/earn-to-learn. Insured by NCUA. Certain restrictions apply.
Summer may be winding down, but the Arizona heat isn't going anywhere. Keep your AC strong through this endless summer with RightWay. When systems are pushed too hard, they fail, causing strange noises, unusual smells, or no cool air at all. RightWay is here with 15% off any AC repair to get you comfortable fast. Or be proactive and book your $65 AC tune-up today and avoid emergency breakdowns. Call 520-640-COOL or visit rightwayac.com.
Get your backyard summer ready with a custom pool from First Choice Pools. A backyard oasis built around you. First Choice is a full-service builder of beautiful in-ground pools and backyard designs for years of staycations. If you want to dive in this summer, now is the time to visit TucsonPoolBuilder.com. First Choice Pools for installs, renovation, remodeling, and repair. Get started today at TucsonPoolBuilder.com. Ask about our 60-day pool. To be summer ready, First Choice is the only choice.
Looking for top-notch lumber and framing? Johnson Manley Lumber has been your trusted expert since 1970, specializing in both residential and commercial projects. Our experienced teams, cutting-edge technology, and reliable supply chain ensure your framing is on time and on budget every time. We're proud to be employee-owned and community-rooted in Tucson. Learn more at johnsonmanley.net. Proud supporter of the University of Arizona radio broadcast. Go Wildcats.
Our Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now, back to your host, David Kelly, the tight end, Glenn Howell, and the captain, Kelvin Ifon.
Cats in a hurry, out of the pistol set. Monty behind Fafita. Play fake. Fafita rolling right, throws in the flat. It's caught there to the 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Trey Spivey, his first as a Wildcat. And Arizona up 23-0. Fafita will take the snap, back to throw, rolling to the right. Dump it off. Nice screen, caught there down the near side. And there goes Monty into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
It's amazing. That was a screen. That was a perfectly dialed up play because they caught Weber State in a blitz. Got it out to Mahdi, and he had two blockers in front of him, and you just saw just pure speed on the way to the end zone.
48-3 the final tonight for your Arizona Wildcats, knocking off the Weber State Wildcats. Next up, the Kansas State Wildcats, who lost today to Army and the triple option. You never like to see an opponent lose to a lesser team the week before they come to see you, but that's kind of what happened to Kansas State.
Yeah, we don't. I said that. I was texting you that when as soon as they lost, man. You know, I was saying, I was like, oh man, that's not good that they lost. You know, I was hoping they would, pull it out. That game, but Army put it on them, man.
Well,
they did.
And to me, that's the bigger issue is that Army put it on them. I mean, losing is losing, but putting them on them. And so now the coach is going to be challenging them, and and they're going to need a win, in conference. So because they already lost one to Iowa State, so it's going to be a big game for them. So we got to match that energy.
Yeah, even though it's not going to be a conference game, though. That's the thing
for us.
Yeah.
Because that was already scheduled. Yeah. That's right.
No conference game.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Let's start things off with our guy up north, Howie. You're on Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day postgame show after a 48-3 Arizona win over Weber State.
Hey, guys, you better hurry up. You got to get back to the home so you can get some sleep.
You sound like you're in a tunnel, Howie. Where are you at?
I don't know. This phone is weird, you know? I know, it's strange. It's got a little vibration. Can you hear me?
Yeah, barely, man. You make your point because I can't keep you too long if you don't sound better than that.
Yeah. Hey, you know, I watched 2 games today, and they were both slaughters. My wife is a Duck fan, so I watched that mess.
Oh my God, they killed Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
I know. It was like, okay, and then I watched the Arizona game, and they were similar, except, you know, the Ducks probably have better all-around athletes. But, I mean, they handled Oklahoma State just like Arizona handled Weber State. It was weird. It was ugly.
I think Oregon fired Mike Gundy.
Oh my God, it was terrible. You know, I was thinking about that, you know, because usually when you think of the Ducks, you think of offense with Chip Kelly. They got a heck of a defense, and I think that's going to be a great game when they meet the Buckeyes. But look, I want to talk about the Wildcats for a second. You know, given you know what Army did to Kansas State, and we had that stable of running backs. Maybe we should just keep bringing fresh running backs in against them and just run the ball up their throat. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Well, I'll say this: the execution that Army has, I don't think we can match that right now.
Exactly.
Those guys are not transfers. Those guys been there for 12 years, and they know exactly how to run that offense to a T. That's hard to duplicate, but I would like to try to test them and see. I'm sure the coaches are going to be looking at that film to try to figure out what that they can find to be able to give their running backs an opportunity. But I think the bigger thing is that our guys are put on tape that we can run the ball and we can pass the ball, and that's going to give Kansas State more to think about, which is going to in turn give us a chance to be more successful.
Yeah, and I think that Army's one of the best executed running teams in the country because they're undersized and they're very technical. Their technique is really good because I saw that game and they were just angles, and boom, and they were gone. So they did a pretty good job on Kansas State, and it's hard for them to. It was hard for them to just to counter them, with any blitzes or anything like that.
Well, the bigger problem is they played keep away. I think they had the ball like 40 minutes, and Kansas State only had the ball 19 minutes. So you know how it is when you keep the ball away from a good quarterback, he gets first of all they get cold. The offense gets a little cold. The timing gets a little bit off, and then you get them pressing because they're trying to come back, and you make them into a one-dimensional team, and it's easier to beat them. So I think that what had a lot to do with that victory for Army today.
Yeah, and Army had 237 on the ground, man.
Yeah.
Every time I think about the Wishbone, I think about Coach Switzer and the Sooners. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's all they used to run, man.
Yeah, when they had Billy Sims and those guys, and when they had Greg Pruitt, when he had hello on his front and on his jersey and on the back and say goodbye. With a breakaway, tearaway jersey.
Hey, what do you think about our penalties and all these holding?
Too many.
Not good.
Too many.
Not good. And there were, a couple of them, like Rhinos, were just like he just got beaten. He just grabbed the guy, and it was just bad technique and you got to get better than that.
But that's 18 now in 2 games.
Yeah,
18 penalties in 2 games.
Yeah, that's not going to cut it. Yeah, but all in all, I mean, they won, so they got the W. Let's see what they do Friday. I hope they can beat Kansas State.
We'll see. I mean, it's going to be a test. Obviously, you got Avery Johnson, and they're going to be coming in here unhappy after what happened today. I don't know that they've really played well now in 3 games. Maybe I think their best game was probably the game in Dublin. They played down to an FCS team last week, and they lost to Army today. So I don't think we've seen the best Kansas State, and maybe this was the wake up. You would have thought last week was the wake up call the way they played, but maybe it was this week. So you better be ready.
I'm concerned about our edge guys if they're going to be disciplined enough to
against that quarterback run.
Yeah, against that quarterback run. That's what I'm concerned about.
Because Gilkey looked pretty good, and that kid at Kansas State is plus 10 compared to that kid today. So I was watching that when this kid ran the ball. He was 9 for 49. He was very effective running the ball, and they could have played a little bit more, keep away with that. But it's going to be something trying to see how they stop this kid.
Because Trey Smith's going to have to play a lot better on the edge. It's going to be has to be more disciplined.
Yeah, you don't want that guy chopping off, 8-9 yards on first down and leaving 2 yards, for the rest of the downs. You don't want that,
Not at all. Hey, Howie, appreciate the call. Thank you.
Always good, Howie.
All right, that is Howie in Oregon. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Get another break in here. Come back. We'll give you we'll find out if we beat the book tonight, as well as get you our keys to the game. Hear from the players and the coaches from the stadium. A long night. First weather delay in 16 years. It was interesting. The first game I ever did here, my first game here was the season opener 2008. There was a weather delay that night. I believe it was against Toledo. And then the next year, first game, there was a weather delay, I think Central Michigan. So the first 2 years I was here, there were weather delays for the season openers, but no weather delays since then until tonight. And I don't even think it actually rained at all at the stadium. But obviously there was lightning in the area. I don't even know if there was any lightning within a mile or 2 miles. It all seemed to be, but I guess it's I don't know. I guess it's a 10-mile rule or something of that nature. That if it's inside that, then you got to clear everybody out of there and whatnot. But yeah, it was. It did
for
not.
What it looked like, it really wasn't bad at all.
No,
because it looked bad.
It looked like it was going to come down.
It looked like it almost had those clouds that had the ones that look like tornado clouds.
Yeah. But nothing really happened in terms of that. All right, Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day coming up more straight ahead. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Our Window Depot postgame coverage of Arizona football is just getting started. This is Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. The postgame show is brought to you by Advantage Air and Mechanical, Cactus Auto Company, Casino del Sol, Done Right Services, Drain Masters, First Chiropractic, Idaho Central Credit Union, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing, Royal GMC, Buick and Cadillac, Royal Kia, Royal Jaguar Land Rover, The Window Depot, Acclaim Drain and Plumbing Solutions, Bear Down Roofing, Dorado Rock, Essential Pest Control, Goodfellas AC, Hughes Federal Credit Union, Johnson Manley Company, and by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rockin' K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. Visit Lennar's 2 communities in Rockin' K, with home savings up to $25,000 and limited time interest rate and closing cost incentives on select move-in ready homes. LiveRockingK.com. Designed by nature. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Day in and day out, we're inundated with commercials asking to review your portfolio or telling you to get a second opinion. This is Natalie Fernandez with Meridian Wealth Management, and I want to share the advice I give people every day. Talk to 3 different advisors at 3 different firms. It's important to understand their differences and find someone you can trust. I want Meridian to be one of your 3, and then you will decide who is best for you. To learn more, call us at 719-1433 today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management.
a registered investment advisor.
Hey you, we've got something new in the store.
Well, not really in store. It's in your home, in your office, where you play, wherever you are.
My point, son. We're here, you're there.
Wherever that is.
Tucson Appliance Company is your appliance concierge.
Tell us what you want. We will find it and send you photos, texts, emails, even FaceTime you the appliance. Buy it and we will deliver it. We're your personal appliance shopper.
Only at Tucson Appliance, where our low price is your priority.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
September is here, the kids are in school, football has started, and it's still hot in the old Pueblo. Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing is your trusted, local, and family-owned air conditioning and plumbing service provider. We have been serving Tucson and the surrounding areas for over 24 years. Call Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 and go to picturerockscooling.com to set up your next appointment online.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
At Goldberg and Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of five-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
Step into a world where rewards never end. Welcome to Club Soul at Casino del Sol and Casino of the Sun. Every moment brings excitement. Every visit unlocks exclusive perks, free play, dining discounts, and more. From high-stakes action to luxurious experiences, your rewards grow with every play. Join today for endless benefits and unforgettable moments. Club Soul. Play more, earn more, experience more. Casino del Sol and Casino of the Sun. Enterprise of the Bosco Yaqui Tribe.
From the shadows of your bathroom comes a villain with 2 pinchers, 1 stinger, and 0 respect for your home.
Scorpions can make your home feel like a scary movie. At Blue Sky Pest Control, we rewrite the script. We keep scorpions out of your home so your story stays drama-free. Call Blue Sky Pest Control today. Hello, Blue Sky. Goodbye, scorpions.
Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Always trust the big guy. Mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair at coolwillies.com. Cool Willie's is proud to be a partner of the University of Arizona Wildcats radio broadcast. 2 powerful teams working hard for you to get the job done right every day. Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Big enough to help, small enough to care. Remember to mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair. coolwillies.com.
Broadway in Tucson presents the 20th anniversary season featuring 7 Tucson premieres, including Disney's Beauty and the Beast, Hell's Kitchen, Moulin Rouge, The Wiz, Back to the Future, Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and more. Secure your signature season tickets today and get the best seats at the lowest prices. Visit BroadwayInTucson.com and secure your 2025-2026 season tickets today.
There are many reasons you might need Dorado Rockin' Materials. A few bare spots in the yard, the driveway needs filling in, or it could be that the yard needs a whole makeover. Whatever the reason, if your yard has the summertime blues, Dorado Rockin' Materials has everything from sand to boulders and every rock and pebble in between. If you need help spreading it, we have options for that too. Call 400-4233. Dorado Rockin' Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
Our Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now, back to your host, David Kelly, the tight end, Glenn Howell, and the captain, Kelvin Ifon.
Back guilty, throws left, and it's picked off. That'll be a touchdown for the Wildcats into the end zone. Javion Cole, pick 6.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful. He sniffed that play out, jumped it, and took that one to the house. What a play by Javion Cole.
Cole, redshirt junior out of Oakland, transfer from San Jose State. And there goes the turnover sword.
Yeah, the turnover sword was out again tonight. Arizona knocks off Weber State by a score of 48-3. Javion Cole with a pick 6. Also an interception tonight on the defensive side of the ball for Arizona's Genesis Smith. So 2 picks, 6 tackles for loss tonight, 2 sacks. Not as dominant a night in that department as we saw last week, but still pretty solid. I don't know if you guys were listening when Weber got their field goal, and Brian said the coaches were really upset. We're really upset because they'd given up those 3 points.
They wanted to shut out.
I was upset because we had talked about that on the pregame. I wanted to shut out too.
Yeah, I wanted to shut out too. I was like, I'm sure they were pissed. Because that's the expectations they should be having. When they're playing a lesser opponent, that's what you should be thinking about doing, and not being satisfied with letting them score.
Got our first chance to see Riley Wilson, linebacker in this ball game. Looked very active when he was in the ball game. He had a half tackle for loss and was around the football, which is what you like to see.
He's just a jitterbug, man. He's just like intense. So as soon as I saw, I go, "Who is that?" The dude had a little looked like he had a little neck roll on. He just looked like he was just intense and wanted to be. I think he was really excited to be in the game.
Yeah, that's one of them Texas football players right there. I mean, that's from around my area in North Texas. He's from Prosper. Just football playing area. Simple as that. That's them. Yeah. I think their stadium probably is about 60,000 or something.
Yeah.
So, and just let you know, he's used to playing in front of people that understand football.
All right, let's find out if we beat the book tonight.
Did the Cats beat the spread? It's time to find out how we bet the book and if we beat the book. Bet the Book is sponsored by Casino del Sol. Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
All right, the Wildcats were 31.5-point favorites in this game tonight, and they did cover that, winning 48-3. That's a 45-point win on a 31.5-point spread. Everybody took the Wildcats and laid the points, so a winner there. However, the over-under was 56.5, and the 48-3 score only adds up to 51. Everybody took the over tonight as well. So coming up a little short there. I thought in the second half, when they got the pick 6, I was like, okay, we needed that to get to the over. And I thought maybe they would get another touchdown potentially in that fourth quarter, but they did not, unfortunately. And they ran the ball and ran it well, obviously, with, as we talked about earlier, with Wesley Yarbrough, 7 carries for 37 yards, averaged 5 yards per carry. He had a 10-yarder with his longest run. Braden Locke got into the ball game in that last stage as well. 2 for 4 for 11 yards. Almost got. I think it was Brandon Phelps. Almost got Brandon Phelps' head taken off on a play over the middle. But Phelps did catch a touchdown pass from Noah Fafita. I really like that kid. I talked a lot about him in fall camp. Brandon Phelps, before he did have a little bit of an injury. I think I don't know for sure what it was, but he was out for about a week towards the end of fall camp. But when he was in there early, he's got the kind of size that you like. Was a prolific wide receiver in high school here. I think he's the all-time leader in touchdown receptions in the history of the state of Arizona. I think that kid's going to be big time as he continues to grow in this program.
Yeah, I think that he's just got to work himself in, man. There's a lot of talent out there. He's work himself in, and the thing is that when you get those opportunities, you got to make those catches. And if he keeps on continuing to make those catches, I think he's going to get some time. He's going to force the coach's hand. Like I always tell my kids, is that you got to force the coach's hand, because most coaches, 99% of them like to win. Right. And if there's maybe a little bit more, a couple of them that just don't do it just because they want to get at you. there's a few out there like that, but most of the time, if you're good enough to play, force the coach's hand, they have to play you.
Yeah, you put it on film.
Yeah.
And what's cool is Mason Bray actually got on the field as Heat Bray's son, a former Wildcat, man, and just, seeing him on that field, man, it just, brought back memories of how many Saturdays when I played and, and when we were, going to watch the games, that he would be there, just one of the biggest supporters, man, and, definitely rest in peace to our Wildcat brother.
Yep. I was not in the stadium when Mason got in the game, but I'll tell you what I'm not surprised by. Mason Bray running the football.
Yeah.
Because he did that more aggressively, I think, than any of the quarterbacks in camp. It seemed like every time Mason Bray got in there with a rep, he was not afraid to pull it down and run, which he did tonight, carrying it 2 times for 12 yards.
Yeah. Did he get one called back?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I think he had a big run. That was one of the many penalties that they had tonight. 10, and we mentioned that, obviously, 10 penalties for 80 yards.
Not good.
At one point, I think 4 of the 5 starting linemen had a holding penalty in the game. Rhino obviously struggled coming back, guys. I mean, when you look at that, he's been out for a long time. First game back, I guess, is that to be expected?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's going to take some time for him to get game reps. Sometimes you think you're ready until you're not ready until you get in the game, live action. It's different going up against a guy that his moves, what he's going to do, and then you get in the game and there's somebody that you got to anticipate. You don't anticipate. You got to just react to what kind of moves he's giving you. So it's going to it might take a couple games for him to get back.
All right, our final tally on our Beat the Book tonight. Everybody had Arizona minus 31.5. Everybody had the over, including our guy Josh, who went 2-0 last week, but he falls back with the pack this week. Everybody picks up 1 win and loses 1 as well tonight. We'll see what we have in store on Friday.
Bet the Book is sponsored by Casino del Sol. Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day is the post-game show. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Much more coming up for you straight ahead. We've got Kelvin Efon here. We've got Glenn Howe. We'll review our keys to the game and find out what we thought the Wildcats needed to do to win tonight, which they did by a score of 48-3. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. We'll come back with much more. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
The garage is more than a place to park your car. It holds prized possessions, and for most, it's a bustling entryway to the home. That's why LiftMaster designed the first ever opener with a built-in wide-angle camera and two-way audio, so you can see what matters and secure what's inside. Ensure your family and prized possessions are secure with a reliable garage door opener that's built to last and powered by MyQ for smartphone control. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit kaisergarage.com to learn more.
There's never a good time for plumbing issues.
No.
Honey, my parents are here.
Oh, man.
Don't worry. With Drain Masters in Tucson, not only do you get local, professional, full-service plumbing with 24/7 scheduled or emergency service, you get a lifetime transferable warranty on all house water repiping. So this...
They brought my aunts and uncles, too.
...is gonna be fine. Drain Masters, we do it all. And now offering financing. Solid service, fair price, guaranteed. DrainMastersTucson.com.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up with science.
You mean they don't use yesterday's newspaper?
No. They use the latest in technology and innovation to eliminate bugs, bees, termites, weeds, and more.
So no as seen on TV salt guns?
Nope. Only solutions that target insect biology, using chemistry to help protect the environment, people, and their pets.
You are so smart.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up. Call 886-3029 or visit essentialpest.com.
Ready to score a new vehicle? Whether you are looking for a new car, truck, or electric vehicle, at Royal Kia, we know exactly what you want. a quality vehicle at a great price, and to be treated fairly. We stand by our transparent online pricing, offer a 72-hour buyback guarantee, and you work with our no-pressure, non-commissioned sales staff. Royal Kia, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $589 doc fee. Royal Kia, Speedway in Columbus, or RoyalKia.com.
Hi, this is Tim Couch, retired NFL quarterback for the Cleveland Browns, partner at Meridian Wealth Management, and proud member of Meridian's Tucson Advisory Business Council. It's my favorite time of year, college football season. I've always been a proud Wildcat. As our firm has grown in Tucson with Ruben and Natalie Fernandez, I now cheer on 2 Wildcats every year. My alma mater of Kentucky, of course, and our U of A Cats. Here's to a great football season, and go Cats.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Wow, this is bad.
Oh no. How bad? When will my AC be fixed?
I don't know. It's your flux capacitor. They don't make them anymore. Special order. Couple grand easy.
Oh my God, what?
Don't get air-conned into paying for shoddy service and stuff you don't need. Put Goodfellas on the job. Goodfellas AC will repair or install your AC the right way the first time. You'll know up front exactly what it'll cost and how long it'll take. No surprises and free second opinions. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas.
Sean Furrier here for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Whether you're new to Arizona or you've been driving here for decades, you're driving in the world's largest video game. Stopping, starting, turning, heating up, and cooling down. And that's just your afternoon commute. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care's 14 award-winning locations have been helping drivers just like you get home safely for over 60 years. With top quality tire brands, no hidden extras, and one low price. Jack Furrier has everything you need to stay in the game. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care, since 1960, here to get you there.
It's that time of year. School is back. Football is back. And better yet, Truck Month is back at O'Reilly Chevrolet. If you're looking for that perfect truck, we might have it. The Chevy Silverado, the #1 selling full-size pickup in Arizona for the last 3 years, is available right now. So see us at O'Reilly Chevrolet on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or go to O'Reilly.com. See us at O'Reilly Chevrolet during Truck Month, giving you more since 1924. Together, let's drive.
If you have old windows, they are probably driving up your energy bills. Cool things down with energy-efficient windows from the Window Depot. The Window Depot provides unbeatable value and a wide variety of in-stock and custom-order windows to fit your style and budget. Choose from our SI window brand, made in the USA for quality you can trust, or custom order from top manufacturers for a perfect fit. Order online at thewindowdepot.com or visit a location near you. Experience the best prices, the biggest inventory, only at the Window Depot.
All right, she's inside. Are you good?
Yeah. It's just, she's my baby girl, you know?
I do, and ceramic coating was a good choice.
She's beautiful.
Yep, I know.
Recon Auto Detailing. Enhance or restore your baby to her former glory with paint recondition, ceramic coating, paint protection, tinting, and more for full protection of your vehicle inside and out. New cars, old cars, we love them all. Recon Auto Detailing, 3829 North Oracle Road, Tucson. ReconDetail.com.
Bear down, Wildcats fans. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Postgame Show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Brought to you by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed. Life well lived. This is the home of your Arizona Wildcats. Wildcats Radio 1290.
That's showing pressure. Gilkey throws as he's hit. Downfield, it goes incomplete.
That pressure got there fast.
Yes.
I think it was Max Harris.
It was Max Harris. Yeah. They're down in 4 for Weber State. Takes the snap, looking left, and he's sacked in a hurry. I mean, nobody touched Chase Kennedy, and he just came through and wrapped up Gilkey. Wow.
Yeah, he almost took the snap. I mean, that ball, I mean, he was back there quickly.
48-3 the final for your Arizona Wildcats tonight with a win over Weber State. Next up, Kansas State at the stadium Friday night. That'll be a 6 o'clock kickoff, hopefully. Tonight was supposed to be a 7 o'clock kickoff. The game did not begin until 9:10 Pacific Standard Time. But we got it in, and we're with you on the post-game show for as long as we need to be. You can get in with us, 520-848-1290. Let's head back out to the stadium right now and hear from the players after the ball game. Let's see who we had here tonight. I believe we had Nunu was there tonight for the Wildcats, along with Genesis Smith and I believe Ishmael Mahdi. Let's hear from the guys after the ball game tonight.
Tonight, what was working with you and Hill for Fita?
I feel like we've been practicing that like all week at practice, so I feel like it just clicked when he got time to do it.
Follow up. Brent said that he was kind of on your case on Wednesday. He wanted you to play faster. What did you kind of take from that instruction out onto the field tonight?
Oh yeah, so he was just basically telling me like fast guys don't play slow or run slow, and I just took that with me tonight when I was seeing my opponent, just to think like to run by him.
A question for both the defensive guys. What do you think you guys have shown in the first two games?
I feel like we've shown that we're going to fly to the ball. We try to get as many heads to the ball as possible, before that whistle's blown. And I feel like we've shown that we're relentless.
Yeah, I feel like just honing in on swarming to the ball. That's just been a big key for us as a defense, and I feel like we've emphasized that in the first two games, and we got to continue to do so.
And then your interception, what did you see on that play?
Well, one-step read, I was a little late to it, so then I was just breaking downhill, coming to make the tackle, and it popped off his hands. Just had to finish the play.
So Genesis, this upcoming week, you guys are playing against Kansas State. You were on the team last year that played at Kansas State. What do you remember about that game?
Yeah, they're physical. Do a lot of 12 personnel. They got some good receivers, good quarterback, good running back. So it's gonna be a good game.
Is it gonna be weird seeing Gunner on the other side?
Oh yeah, for sure. That's my dog, but it's wartime, man. We gotta get it in.
and how do you reflect on just your time working with him?
Oh yeah, that's one of my best friends when he was here. Great dude. Paved the way for me, honestly. We roomed together every time we were in the hotel, so he was a great dude, great role model for me, and I can't wait to see him.
Obviously, there was a big delay tonight, about 2 hours. For all you guys, how did you handle it? What did you do during the delay? How did you kind of keep yourself in the right frame of mind?
First thing is, I want to shout out the fans for staying. The lightning delay, I know that's, tough to stay through. But as far as like the players in the locker room, just staying mission focused. That was the main thing that we were focused on. Adversity's going to hit, and it comes in different ways, and just staying mission focused.
Yeah, for sure. Just staying ready, staying prepared mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, all of that. Keeping our body ready, our mind ready. Just as soon as we got out there, just ready to go.
Yeah, they basically set it off and basically just like staying off our feet, so we got energy to go back out there, and then like the fans just staying. That was it.
Just for the defensive guys, we got to see a little bit of Riley Wilson, especially in the second half. What did he show tonight? What's his skill set like?
He showed what I've seen since we got here in January. I already knew what Riley could do, so it was just time for other people to see it.
Yeah, for sure. He's always going to make the most of his opportunities. I know he's a dog, so every opportunity he get, he's just going to show that.
Chris? The defensive guys, you haven't a lot of touchdown yet this season. Just what's working in terms of schematically and just the chemistry that you guys are all having on the field right now?
Our mantra is, know what to do and how to do it. All 11 to the ball in a bad humor and keeping them out of the end zone. So, that's the last part is the main thing. Like, no matter if they make a play or anything, the main thing is keeping them out the end zone.
Yeah, he said.
Any more questions for our student athletes? Michael and Justin?
Genesis, you had a tackle tonight where you kind of threw the tight end down with one hand. Can you describe that play?
Oh, yeah. So it was a cover one. I spun down, and he was to the flats. I didn't expect him to throw it, so it kind of looked like it caught me off guard because I was right there, and he threw it, so I was like, oh, shit. So I just, threw him down.
Justin? For all you guys, so big opponent coming up here. What do you think this upcoming test can really show about you guys?
Every opponent, we take every opponent and we treat them the same way. We're going to prepare, during the week, and every practice that we have is going to be locked in and detailed. And when game day comes, and we handle business.
For Nunu, Noah probably had a game last week that he wasn't satisfied with. necessarily, even though you guys won, he was obviously much sharper tonight. What were some of the things that he was talking about or maybe working on during the week that showed up in this game?
He was talking about like basically like going through his reads and just finding the right guy, and that's really all I can remember.
You guys were really using empty formations a lot tonight and really trying to spread them out. What was the idea behind that?
We seen like they do a lot of cover 3, cover 1, so we just wanted to spread them out and get them ISO with our receivers.
Finish up with Justin. Question for both Genesis and Javen. Also, on the other side, you guys have Trey Spivey, who played at Kansas State last year. What does he bring to your team, and what has he shown you in the first couple of games?
Trey brings a lot of size and physicality, and he's a great route runner as well. So like, don't let the size fool you. He run a great route, and he's also very fast as well. Not faster than me, but he's very fast though. So like, yeah, I'm excited to see what Trey does.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely excited. That's my boy. Besides all the on the field stuff, we already know he can play. But off the field, he's just a great dude. He's a great locker room guy, just a great dude to talk to if you need to talk to if you're having a rough day. And yeah, he's just a great overall dude, and we know he's gonna pop out in the game when it's game day.
And then can you talk about the relationship that you have with him, and what's that like that pregame celebration you guys have with like the Kevin Durant dance?
Oh yeah, that's just our handshake we made up before the season. Just a little something. I felt like we've been teammates for a while. We haven't had a handshake, so we just made that, and we do it before the game.
All right, that was the players after the game: Javon Watley, Nunu, Genesis Smith, and Max Harris. So 2 guys from the defense, a guy from the offense. I don't know. We don't have trades in college football, guys, like we have in the National Football League. But you heard them talking there. Gunnar Maldonado now on the other side of the coin, playing for Kansas State. Trey Spivey coming over from the Purple Cats to the Red Cats. Trey Spivey got his first touchdown today, had a big catch last week in the game. Gunnar Maldonado in 3 games, 4 tackles. I think the Wildcats, the Red Cats won that trade.
Yeah. We could have he could have stayed at home and did all right, but that's the choices you make, man.
Yeah.
It's the choices you make. You grab the bag.
Well, and also I think he noticed a few guys were behind him that could be competing with him for some minutes. So, it'd be a lot more to it sometimes than just the bag.
Yeah. And we got to give the strength staff some credit for keeping those guys loose and keep them active and ready to go for that long. Because I tell you what, I've had one on a football team, with the guys. We had a delay, with the Sugar Skulls. That was indoors. It was a delay because we had the lights weren't working. Lights weren't working, so you had a delay. So you got to get them cats. You got to keep them guys loose. You got to get them doing stuff. You got to get them, and then you got to get them food. You got to get them liquids. All those kinds of things that you have to do, and that's not usually in your plan.
It was probably easier, I would imagine, though, guys.
Being at home.
Yeah, it was probably easier because it was it was before they'd actually gone out and warmed up. It wasn't like they went out, warmed up, and then had to go back in because they'd already been in there. So it was almost just like,
But still, that's a long time.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Arizona knocks off Weber State 48-3. We'll review our keys to the game. Coming up next, what we thought the Wildcats needed to do to win this ball game, and touch on a few guys that we saw make some plays tonight that we did not see make plays in last week's game. Along with Calvin Ifan and the tight end Glenn Howe, I'm David Kelly. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Summer may be winding down, but the Arizona heat isn't going anywhere. Keep your AC strong through this endless summer with Rightway. When systems are pushed too hard, they fail, causing strange noises, unusual smells, or no cool air at all. Rightway is here with 15% off any AC repair to get you comfortable fast. Or be proactive and book your $65 AC tune-up today and avoid emergency breakdowns. Call 520-640-COOL or visit rightwayac.com.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rockin' K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. 6 model homes are now open to tour at Del Webb at Rockin' K. Here, life is about more than just beautiful homes. It's about the experiences waiting outside your front door at this new 55-plus active adult neighborhood. LiveRockingK.com. Designed by nature. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
Back your hometown favorite. Get your very own exclusive University of Arizona debit card from Hughes Federal Credit Union. Pair your new card with a free checking account that earns dividends with no monthly fees, no minimum balance, and convenient 24/7 online and mobile banking. Visit one of our 7 convenient branch locations to get your card instantly or open an account online at hughesfcu.org/wildcats. Show your Wildcat spirit all year long with Hughes Federal Credit Union. Certain restrictions apply. Insured by NCUA.
At Goldberg and Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
Do you often worry you left your garage door open? With the LiftMaster Garage Door Opener powered by MyQ, you'll never worry again. You can control, secure, and monitor your garage from your smartphone anytime from anywhere through the MyQ app. As an authorized LiftMaster dealer, we have smart openers designed for your needs, including belt drive motors for ultra-quiet operation, integrated camera for live video streaming, and battery backup that lets you in when the power is out. The team at Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates are your locally owned LiftMaster professionals. Visit kaisergarage.com to learn more.
Step into a world where rewards never end. Welcome to Club Soul at Casino del Sol and Casino of the Sun. Every moment brings excitement. Every visit unlocks exclusive perks, free play, dining discounts, and more. From high-stakes action to luxurious experiences, your rewards grow with every play. Join today for endless benefits and unforgettable moments. Club Soul. Play more, earn more, experience more. Casino del Sol and Casino of the Sun. Enterprise of the Bosco Yaqui Tribe.
Hi, this is Peter Costa, former governor of the New York Stock Exchange and proud member of the Advisory Business Council with Meridian Wealth Management. One thing I've learned over 40 years on the floor is the value of a trusting relationship with your financial advisor. After all, everyone is a genius when the markets are going up, but when they drop, that's when the guidance of a professional is most important. For more information about Meridian, call 719-1433 or visit online at meridianwealthllc.com.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Think of waking up with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
For over 30 years, Tucson has been putting its trust in First Chiropractic for auto and on-the-job injuries. They're locally owned and a proud sponsor of the U of A radio broadcast. So if you've been injured, make the right choice first.
First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
Every day is a balancing act, with work, family, goals, all asking for more. It helps to have tools that meet you at every step and a team that will always be by your side. We're ICCU. We're a credit union that has been helping members achieve financial success since 1940. In fact, we put member success first, one by one, year after year, for 85 years and counting. Now, we're here for you, Tucson. Join us, ICCU.
Discover your perfect vehicle at Cactus Auto, Tucson's trusted destination for certified pre-owned cars for over 30 years. They offer a wide range of certified pre-owned vehicles featuring the brands and models you love. Their finance experts are here to provide you with top dollar trade-in offers and help you find the best financing options, regardless of your credit history. With approved credit, enjoy no payments for up to 90 days. Trust Cactus Auto for quality, affordable pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, all backed by incredible savings and a 7-day exchange guarantee. Visit cactusauto.com.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
Our Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now, back to your host, David Kelly, the tight end, Glenn Howell, and the captain, Kelvin Ifon.
One left, tight end left. Gilkey straight back. Here comes the pressure, and he throws it incomplete. And then a flag comes down, and that will probably be roughing the passer.
Yeah, they better make sure it's not targeting, too.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Number 11, defense. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So that's on Jabari Mann.
Got to pull off that hit, yeah.
And now a timeout called. Or actually, they're going to go back. Oh, I wonder if they're checking. You mentioned targeting.
They
going to go back
to
and look
check for
at
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just got to be careful with those when you got a free shot on a defenseless player.
After review, it has been determined that number 11 for Arizona committed a targeting foul. Number 11 has been disqualified.
Yeah, that
told you.
That is not good. Jabari Mann, redshirt freshman out of San Mateo. He played 4 games last year before redshirting, and now out tonight, first half next week.
Yeah, that's a big loss for Arizona because Jabari Mann had really looked good in the first game against last week against Hawaii. And tonight, Jabari Mann really didn't do a whole lot in terms of statting up. But I didn't see that play, guys. Agree or disagree that was targeting in that situation?
That was targeting.
Yeah.
That was targeting. He led with the crown, went up. It was definitely targeting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one thing you worry about a little bit with the aggressive nature, how they're playing, that you worry with the new, rules that some of that may happen. But, so far, only one guy has been, kicked out the game. So, but yeah, they're being real aggressive out there. Them DBs and those linebackers, man, they're coming downhill with nasty attentions.
Yeah, I mean, it is, again, we talked about that on the pregame show, just kind of where that stands right now in terms of how they're teaching tackling. And we played the cut with Danny Gonzalez in terms of, how they break it down. And what was it? One foot, front foot, shoulder. Is that what it was? Was that what he said, Glenn?
Oh, okay. What's that?
He said, how did Danny broke that down? We had it in the pregame show. How did he describe that? He described it as lead foot, lead shoulder.
Yeah, lead foot, lead shoulder, where you lead with your front foot and then your same shoulder and your lead shoulder. So you're not hitting, basically you're not hitting with like this, straight ahead. We can't see it on radio, but I mean straight ahead with your whole body. But you're leading with that one lead foot, lead shoulder. So he was straight on him. And if he would have just led with his lead foot and lead shoulder, he wouldn't have got a targeting.
Yeah. So tough loss there for the Wildcats with Jabari Mann being out now for next week. Let's take a look at what we thought the Wildcats needed to do to win this game tonight.
Did you miss the big game?
They need a 3 to get to overtime.
You know we got you covered.
Mid-court, shot is up. Good! Love has hit a 3. We're going to overtime.
Trying to keep it close, and you never give up. I guess that's life in the Big 12.
Wildcats Radio 1290.
Join your neighbors on September 11th.
How far the keys to the game go for your Wildcats? Our keys to the game are brought to you by Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive Group, the dealership that is different.
All right, keys to the game as we looked at this one tonight, 48-3, the final in favor of the Arizona Wildcats over the Weber State Wildcats, and the Arizona Wildcats now getting set for a game number 3 coming up next week. Let's hear first what Glenn Howe thought the Wildcats needed to do to win this game tonight.
I think the keys to our game today is to let's be real aggressive on defense. Make sure that they can't run the football. We want to get them in a passing situation where they'll throw the ball, so then that way our rushers can get there. Okay, that's what we want to do. Stop the run. Don't let them run. on offensive side of the ball. Let's just get comfortable and pass and run the football so we can pass the football. Let's get Noah hitting some routes on guys on the run, hitting them where they're supposed to be, getting guys open in the receiver. Let's let Seth make some plays that will get guys open where they can run with the football.
And I think I'd like to see, again, in that controlled passing aspect of it, like I agree, run the football, but we didn't see, I think we had one pass to a running back in last week's game. Get the ball in the hands of some of those guys in space and let them run off of the catch as well. I'd like to see maybe a little bit more of that from the offense here tonight, and more 5 to 7 opportunities in the passing game for Noah Fafia. And I'd like to see the defense continue to ball hawk, because I think this is the Weber State team that'll try to throw the football. 3 interceptions last week for Jackson Gilkey. Let's ball hawk again tonight, because if you can hold Hawaii to 6, like you said earlier, tonight should be a shutout. I'd love to see, like, Ohio State put up 70 to zip on Grambling. Let's put up, I think it's 56.5. Let's put up 57 to 60 to nothing tonight.
Yeah, and I don't think 30 to nothing is a progression.
No.
We got to get like 45, 50 to have a progression of where we're moving forward as a team.
All right, that's what the Wildcats need to do to win tonight.
All right, that was a progression. 48. 48's a progression.
And here's a stat that I liked, and I'll give you another one I didn't like. Yards after catch, we had 228 yards.
We did.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like that. 228 yards. Now, another stat I didn't like is we had 0 rushing TDs.
Yeah. After having, 3 or 4?
Yeah.
4 last week.
Yep.
Well, they broke tendencies. I've been through that as a running back.
Yeah.
You know, the running backs have a good week. Hey, we're going to break tendencies. We're going to use you as a decoy. We're going to use you as a decoy. We're going to throw it. Now, next week, we're going to go back to you. That's just how this works. Give and take. Give and take.
Well, and I think one of the things, again, we saw some guys come back in there. Chris Hudson was back tonight. Good to see him. He had a big 40-yarder, 2 catches for 51 yards. Chris Hunter was back tonight as well out there. Kean Burnett was back tonight. Don't know how many plays he played out there, but saw him out there as well. And they got Luke Weissong involved, which they did not last week. 3 catches for 63 yards. So between Weissong and Hudson, they had 5 catches for 114 yards.
I think Weissong, I think he's gonna be good. And let him in on the 3rd and 4. I think he's going to be our Renfro guy, just getting that, 3 to 4 yards, and then get him in space and let him hit the open space and get in between those linebackers and the safeties and get those first downs, move the sticks.
Yeah, I mean, it's he's got that kind of I was down on the field just watching him go through warm-ups, and he, for a guy that's, again, not that big, he shows like he's got a lot of power out there, and I think he, in fact, broke a couple tackles on a couple of those catches tonight that he had as well. Ended up the night with 3 catches, but good to see him out there getting involved in the offense tonight as well for the Arizona Wildcats. 48-3 was the final. That is what we thought the Wildcats needed to do to win the game against Weber State.
Those were today's keys to the game. They're brought to you by Royal Automotive Group. Royal Automotive Group, the dealership that is different.
All right, guys, let's touch on the special teams tonight as well. We only had to punt the ball one time, which, again, when you score pretty much on every possession in the first half, you're not going to have to punt the ball a whole lot. Michael Salgado Medina made both his field goals again tonight, 32 and a 31-yarder. Tyler Presson got in for 1 kick, 39-yarder in the fourth quarter. He did not make his, and 9 kickoffs in the game, and only one of those kickoffs we actually had a kickoff that got returned.
I think
tonight.
I think they kicked that one short just to get a run.
Get a run?
Yeah. I really do. I think they did that just to say, okay, we need to get some practice here, kick it off, and kick it short.
It was funny because that's the next stat I've got to look up at. After last week, I started thinking, it's like how many kick returns have there been in recent years? Because Tyler Loop basically kicked the ball out of the end zone every time. Lucas Havrasek basically kicked the ball out of the end zone every time. So I would dare. I'm going to go back and look that up over the last 4 years since COVID, going back to 21. I would think. What would you take the over
under 10?
You think under 10 returns?
Under 10
kicks for the entire for the last 4 years?
Yeah, I think he might be under 10. Man.
Yeah, there's not been that many. That's for sure. All right, Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day. We'll come back. We still got much more to get to. Brent Brennan, we'll hear from the head coach, as well as you on the phones and text 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. We'll get some final thoughts from the guys as well straight ahead. Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day. Kelvin Efon is here. Glenn Howe is here as well. Percelia is here in the catbird seat, running the cameras. If you are watching, put yourself on TV there, Percelia. You wave to the people. If you're watching on any of our many video streams, we're on YouTube. We're also on Twitch. You can also catch us on Facebook. On YouTube and Twitch, and on WildcatsRadio1290.com, as well as download our app. And if you missed our big announcement from Friday, we'll talk about that as well when we come back. Meridian Wealth Management is Wildcats 48-3 over Weber State. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Always trust the big guy. Mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair at coolwillies.com. Cool Willie's is proud to be a partner of the University of Arizona Wildcats radio broadcast. Two powerful teams working hard for you to get the job done right every day. Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing. Big enough to help, small enough to care. Remember to mention your Wildcats and receive $50 off any repair. coolwillies.com.
Experiencing the natural wonders comes easy at Rocking K. Nestled at the base of the Rincon Mountain foothills, enjoy stunning mountain views up close every day. In the top-rated Vail School District, Rocking K is close to work, shopping, and services. Tour 18 model homes by top-tier builders offering move-in ready homes and special incentives. LiveRockingK.com. Proud U of A radio broadcast sponsor.
JT Auto, where customers are family. Trust your vehicle to JT Auto professional and reliable automotive repair and maintenance services. JT Auto is conveniently located off Fort Lowell and Country Club. Open Monday through Friday. JT Auto is a full-service auto shop with satisfaction guaranteed, offering you the best in tires and wheels, auto repair, oil changes, computer diagnostics, suspension and brake service, and heating and AC. Bring your car to JT Auto, where customers are family. 623-7066. That's 623-7066.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up with science.
You mean they don't use yesterday's newspaper?
No, they use the latest in technology and innovation to eliminate bugs, bees, termites, weeds, and more.
So no as seen on TV salt guns?
Nope, only solutions that target insect biology, using chemistry to help protect the environment, people, and their pets.
You are so smart.
Essential Pest Control leaves bugs belly up. Call 886-3029 or visit essentialpest.com.
Hi, I'm Jordan Benjamin with Done Right Services. When your home or business needs HVAC, plumbing services, or electrical work, trust a true local Tucson company, Done Right Services. We pride ourselves on delivering top-notch service, fair pricing, and expert craftsmanship. The job isn't finished unless it's done right. Weekend emergency? No problem. Just give us a call. We're here when you need us. You deserve the best, and Done Right Services delivers. Call us today for a free estimate at 520-369-3966.
Our Window Depot postgame coverage of Arizona football rolls on. This is Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day. The postgame show is brought to you by ABC Heating and Cooling, Arizona Commercial Lighting, Blue Sky Pest Control, Broadway and Tucson's 20th anniversary season, Cool Willie's Air and Plumbing, First Choice Pools, Goldberg and Osborne, The Injury Lawyers, Gospel Rescue Mission, Kaiser Garage Doors and Gates, O'Reilly Chevrolet, Shamrock Heating and Cooling, Cooling, Showtime Sports Cards, Tucson Appliance Company, JT Auto, Lexus of Tucson, Mr. Rooter, Recon Auto Detail, Right Way Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Rocking K, a master planned community designed by nature, and by Meridian Wealth Management. Wealth well managed, life well lived.
Think of waking up with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
First Chiropractic is pleased to announce that Access Health Plans now cover chiropractic care. A referral by your PCP is required. For more information, go to firstchiro.com, the most trusted name in chiropractic care. A proud U of A radio sponsor.
First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
They say that living a life of recovery isn't entirely about sobriety. It's more about community and staying connected. At Gospel Rescue Mission, we provide a new supportive community, a safe place to heal and grow.
Hi, my name is Michael. Because of your help and the community I found, I am now 9 years sober and living the life I never imagined.
Your support of Gospel Rescue Mission helps someone stay connected, stay sober, and stay alive. Go to grmtucson.com.
At Goldberg and Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
Ready to score a new vehicle? Whether you are looking for a new car, truck, or electric vehicle, at Royal Kia, we know exactly what you want. A quality vehicle at a great price and to be treated fairly. We stand by our transparent online pricing, offer a 72-hour buyback guarantee, and you work with our no-pressure, non-commissioned sales staff. Royal Kia, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $589 doc fee. Royal Kia, Speedway in Columbus, or royalkia.com.
Hi, this is Mary with my friends at Mesquite Valley Growers. MVG has a brand new comfort-controlled tropical house full of beautiful tropical indoor plants. Green plants of every size to bring inside your home, apartment, office, even your bedroom. Mesquite Valley Growers has a solution to any space, anywhere, both inside and outside. Mesquite Valley Growers on Speedway just east of Pantano. Open 7 days a week. Mesquite Valley Growers, real experience, real nursery.
Our Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now, back to your host, David Kelly, the tight end, Glenn Howell, and the captain, Calvin Ifon.
In motion, play fake, Fafita looking middle, throws middle, caught Wysong out over the 30, 35, breaks the tackle over the 40, down the far sideline, still loose, they say he stepped out of bounds. Oh my goodness, he doesn't know it. He ran all the way into the end zone, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 50. He had to two receivers right, tight end right, play fake, Fafita back, time, waits, fires, end zone, caught, touchdown, Arizona. And he threaded the needle on top of that. Had to place that perfectly, and there was Brandon Phillips to snag it for the TD.
Yeah, that was a laser. I mean, you saw that. That was a perfect description to threading the needle, because he threw that right in. It was a very small window, and Noah threw an absolute laser.
Brandon Phelps with his first college touchdown. I saw a lot of firsts. We got a lot of first touchdowns because there's so many new guys on the team. But good to see from Brandon Phelps out of Phoenix, Arizona, getting his first touchdown tonight. 48-3 Wildcats from Arizona knock off the Wildcats from Weber State. Couple things, guys, I want to get into before we let you fly out of here.
Another one too.
Oh God, yes, yeah. Well, that was one of the things. Sam Olsen had a chance for his second interception there, and just came out of his hands. That was a tough one, right there. But twice we saw it from Noah. We also saw it from Jermaine Patterson. And I didn't touch on this when we were talking about the special teams, but the kind of running backwards, we got to not do that. And we've seen Noah do that a couple times. Noah likes to spin and roll, and sometimes it works, but sometimes he gives up a lot of ground when he's doing that. So I'd like to see less of that from Noah Fifita. Throw the ball away. Again, if you're gonna try to spin and get away, you better be able to get away and not give up. I don't remember how many yards he gave up on that one sack where he did that, but that was too many.
Yeah, and next week that's not going to happen.
Yeah, no,
that ain't going to happen.
No. And the other thing I think is we saw them bounce a lot of runs, like tonight when the hole got kind of clogged up, but they were able to bounce some outside. I don't know if you're going to be able to do that next week either.
Yeah. They just outran them. They outran them, and they were very good. The backs were really good at getting that corner, and I don't know if they're going to be able to do that next week.
Yeah, you're going to have to take it a little bit more downhill and take what you can get. You can't always look for that home run ball, but we have to remember, it's like I always tell the kids, all we need is 4-5 yards at a time. Keep that clock rolling and keep getting those first downs.
And the best way to run at a good defense is right at them.
Right at them.
Well, let me ask you this, Clark, because this goes back to what I was talking about last week in terms of Hawaii, and I looked at the numbers and just, again, talking about that first half last week, but they were getting 6 to 7. They were getting 4 yards on 65, at least 4 yards on 65% of their plays. If you're a coach, you want that. I would think that every coach out there would take that percentage of getting at least 4 yards on that percentage amount of your plays. 65.
Yeah. You know what I always say, if you plan on winning a championship, that's how you're going to have to do it. There's not too many times that you're going to be able to get into playoff situations. You're going to be blowing out people or getting 20-yard runs and 30-yard runs. You're going to have to be able to take those tough yards and love taking them, because that's what really destroys defenses. To me, when you get big plays, it hurts the defense pride, but they know it was a mistake.
Yeah.
But when you hammer it in their face and you just keep hammering them, they know there's nothing they can do about it. They just get beat. Like we got beat up today in my Pop Warner team. We got beat up pretty good. I said we were Weber State today. We were
not a good day.
What I hate to say is who did that today was ASU.
Ooh.
ASU did that today. They just bruised. They were bruising them. Mississippi State, and then they just couldn't get it in at the 2-yard line, and that's what I thought was going to break Mississippi State, because they kept on just getting 4 or 5 yards, 5 yards, 6 yards. They went like 8 in a row, just boom, 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 and that's what I think we have to be able to do. We got to be able to do that, and I just think that if we can just get our line together to be able to pound that ball, we got the backs. It's just that the big boys up front got to be able to commit to that.
And a lot of times versus teams like Kansas State,
we have to do that.
You see what Army did. You have to play keep away.
Yep.
You have to. You score quick against them. They quarterback getting the ball back, and they coming right back at you. And now they're putting pressure on our defense. So you play against good teams, scoring quickly, and you always want to take the touchdown. That's not. I mean, if you're gonna score quick, you're gonna score quick. But it puts pressure on your defense as the games go along if you're playing quality opponents.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Final thoughts on this one. 48-3 before we turn our attention to Kansas State.
Got to get Mr. Clean out again. He's got to come out. We got to clean some stuff up. We got to clean up the penalties. We got to clean up, better pass protection, I think. Even though Noah had some good lanes to throw, we got to get better, because this next week they're coming. They are coming. Yeah. And they're going to put pressure on him, and they're going to try to keep him boxed up, and we just got to get better. We got to get better on the defensive side of the ball. We got to be able to stop the run. We got to continue on that progression, and we got to get them turnovers. I like that we're everybody's thinking a turnover, so you can just see that team is just aching and just looking for a turnover. Just the way they hit the ball carrier, they're hitting them hit them where the ball is. Their heads are going right there. They're punching at the ball. They're doing all kinds of stuff. So we got a good mindset on that side.
Did you guys hear our big announcement on Friday?
What was that?
As of this morning, coming up here at 9 a.m., We are the official Southern Arizona home of the Carolina Panthers. Carolina Panthers games will be right here on Wildcats Radio 1290 starting today. T-Mac and Lathan Ransom. Pay the ransom right here on Wildcats Radio 1290. Kickoff coming up at 10 o'clock. Pregame starts at 9. Kickoff at 10 o'clock. It's the Panthers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. So you also hear Travis Hunter right here today on Wildcats Radio 1290. So there you go. Enjoy it. Gentlemen, appreciate you as always. We will talk to Glenn. We'll talk to you on Tuesday and Kelvin on Thursday. And we'll do it again Friday for the big game against Kansas State.
And we'll just say good morning to you.
and I would just add this one thing, DK. I add this one thing. Guys have, well, I know they can't hear me now, but have fun tonight. It gets real now. It gets real now.
Exactly.
You know, you're going to face some real competition. And a lot of these guys, this is who they came to play. The Kansas States of the world, those type of teams. So it gets real now.
The honeymoon is over.
The honeymoon is over. That's for sure. Kelvin Efon, the captain, class of 1998. Glenn Howe, the tight end from 1985. Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona game day. It is a 48-3 win last night for your Arizona Wildcats over Weber State. We'll hear from the head coach as well as get you some scores straight ahead. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
You wouldn't know it, but most financial advisors are put in a box. I'm Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I want to provide you a little insight about financial advisors. Most financial advisors have to sell what their company requires them to sell, and many advisors have to only adhere to what's called a suitability standard. A suitability standard is a limited standard of care, not requiring what's sold to be best just suitable. Advisors with this loose standard often have limited investment and product selection. Trajan Wealth is held to a fiduciary standard, which is the highest standard of care in the advisory business. And that's just one of the many reasons we have billions of dollars under our care and attract clients from other advisors. Raise your standards today and call Trajan Wealth. Call 321-4100. That's 321-4100. Or visit TrajanWealth.com.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Ever wish you could get advice from your future self?
Psst. Hey, you, present self. Huh? Who said that? It's me. I mean you, from 40 years in the future.
Future me?
Wow. Look, there's no time. The most important thing you need to do right now is don't take the
for new countertops is over. The Window Depot has a wide selection of in-stock granite and quartz countertops so you can upgrade your kitchen or bathroom now. From sleek, modern quartz to timeless granite, we have the perfect countertop to match your style and budget. And it's ready to take home today. Our team is here to help you choose the perfect countertop at the lowest price and get it home fast. Visit a location near you or shop online at thewindow.depot.com. The Window Depot, more than a window store.
From offices and warehouses to retail spaces and restaurants, the right lighting transforms your environment. At Arizona Commercial Lighting, we've been proudly locally owned and operated for nearly 40 years. Our extensive inventory of in-stock lighting solutions is designed to meet both commercial and residential needs, with quality, variety, and value you won't find anywhere else. Visit us at 1436 East 17th Street. Be sure to ask about available TEP rebates. Arizona Commercial Lighting, powering business through precision lighting.
A proud sponsor of the University of Arizona radio broadcast.
Advantage Air Mechanical, the team you can trust. Call 792-9400.
When it comes to the comfort and indoor air quality of your home and office, Advantage Air Mechanical has you covered. Breathing healthy air and having reliable air conditioning is important. If you or someone you know is in need of air conditioning services or a new system installation, we are here to help. Advantage Air Mechanical, 792-9400. AZROC 214570.
I come from a low-income family, and as a first-generation college student, it was difficult for me to navigate the way. Hughes Federal Credit Union and Earn to Learn provided a pathway for me to learn valuable budgeting and financial education. I am currently a graduate student in public health and helping my younger siblings with their college paths.
Find out how Hughes and Earn to Learn join forces to support student success at hughesfcu.org/earn-to-learn. Insured by MCUA. Certain restrictions apply.
At Goldberg & Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
Ready to score a new vehicle? Whether you are looking for a new car, truck, or electric vehicle, at Royal Kia, we know exactly what you want. A quality vehicle at a great price and to be treated fairly. We stand by our transparent online pricing, offer a 72-hour buyback guarantee, and you work with our no-pressure, non-commissioned sales staff. Royal Kia, the dealership that's different. OAC plus tax, title, license, dealer installed options, and $589 doc fee. Royal Kia, Speedway in Columbus, or royalkia.com.
Summer may be winding down, but the Arizona heat isn't going anywhere. Keep your AC strong through this endless summer with Rightway. When systems are pushed too hard, they fail, causing strange noises, unusual smells, or no cool air at all. Rightway is here with 15% off any AC repair to get you comfortable fast. Or be proactive and book your $65 AC tune-up today and avoid emergency breakdowns. Call 520-640-COOL or visit rightwayac.com.
Our Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now, back to your host, David Kelly, the tight end, Glenn Howell, and the captain, Kelvin Ifon.
Fita will take the snap, back to throw, rolling to the right, dump it off, nice screen, caught there, down the near side, and there goes Mahdi into the end zone, touchdown Arizona.
That's amazing. That was a screen, that was a perfectly dialed up play because they caught Weber State in a blitz, got it out to Mahdi, and he had two blockers in front of him, and you just saw just pure speed on the way to the end zone.
One of 5 touchdown passes for Noah Fafita in a 48-3 win. Arizona beats Weber State. I almost thought that was they had too many men downfield in terms of offensive linemen, because there was a couple of guys on the right side of that line. I think maybe Tristan Bounds and Alexander Deuce, who looked like they were a bit too far out before that ball got thrown by Noah Fafita. But you can be 3 yards. You can be 3 yards off the line of scrimmage in college versus the National Football League, where you can only be 1 yard off. So a little bit more leeway there. And after I went back and looked at it, I was like, yeah, they're within that 3 yard mark right there for sure. 48-3, the final. Arizona knocks off Weber State. Let's go back out to the stadium, and we will hear from the head coach of your Arizona Wildcats, Brent Brennan, get his post-game thoughts after the win over the Wildcats.
All right, good to see everybody. First of all, thanks for being here. I know it's late or early, as Mr. Lev just pointed out. I thought it was really, really a fun night. I was really, really appreciative of how our fans hung in there after the weather delay. And the Zona Zoo, when we came out of the locker room after whatever it was, a couple hours of delay, just seeing the Zona Zoo packed like that. So I thought that was outstanding. We've obviously got a big game coming this week, so when you go into a game like this, I thought our team just did an incredible job throughout the week with their intentionality, just their like living red line in the practice environment and attacking every phase of it. And I think that showed up tonight, which was really, really exciting. I mean, you guys have heard me talk about red line, but I think the effort and the execution and the accountability showed up. And I think, big picture wise, obviously, I've got some work to do in the accountability, or we have some work to do in the accountability space, because we were heavily penalized tonight, and it was just too many. And some of them are avoidable, and some of them are football. But we're going to dive in hard on that and make sure that we're not putting ourselves in a situation where we hurt our chances to get the results we want. But I'm excited. We came into this game expecting to win, and we did that. And I thought the offense was rolling, and second week in a row, the defense holds the team without a touchdown. You got to be fired up about that. So we're excited. It was a good win. Our fans were awesome. Everyone hung in there. I think it was a good night here in Arizona Stadium. So I'm fired up.
Thank you, Coach. We'll start with Justin and then Jason.
So what was your experience like from the time that you heard about the delay until kickoff? Just how would you describe what happened?
I've been in a few of those before, so really, you just sit and wait, and you make sure the players and the strength and conditioning staff and the training staff is taking care of the players. I felt like Lauren Vossler snapped into action, making sure we had food when it kept getting pushed, making sure we got food in here for the players. Because you try and eat roughly 4 hours before kickoff. It's kind of the magic number. But then that kickoff keeps getting pushed and pushed and pushed. And as you know, these guys are big dudes and they're hungry. And so you got to make sure they have gas in the tank because, it's a long game. And with all the timeouts, you knew it was going to be a long game. So I thought everybody did a great job. For the coaches, we're just kind of sitting around waiting. So we watched some football. We talked a little bit about the game tonight, but we were anxious to play. And so I kept asking Ben, what's going on? What's going on? When are we, he was sick of me bothering him.
Jason and Michael?
The benefits, not just tonight, but for the next few days, especially with the shortened week, of being able to get the starters out of there and get some guys playing time who wouldn't normally play and just getting the starters some rest.
Yeah, I think there's a benefit to that. I think, and also I think it's good for our football team. It's good for those guys to get some live reps and get a feel for the speed of the game and get an opportunity to play. Those guys work every day just as hard as everybody else. And so, when you do get an opportunity like that, it's great to get those guys out there. So to me, it's a win-win. It's a win for our football team in terms of the next opponent, getting a little bit of rest, and then it's also a win for those players that work their tails off, every day and don't always get a chance to play.
Michael and Brian?
Was there talk at all, could you hear it on the sideline, about maybe getting a shutout, and were the defenders disappointed that they didn't?
Yeah, of course they were. Of course they were. There's always talk of that, especially when you go that deep into a game and you have a chance to get it done. So I think there definitely was some disappointment that way. I think part of that also is that, we gave some other guys a chance to play. And so we didn't have quite the same group out there, but that's okay. That's okay. I think those guys were more happy to see some of those guys play. Some of those freshmen get out there and run around and make some tackles and block some guys and run the football. That part was more exciting.
Brian and Justin?
Noah started first 10 completions, some long touchdowns, particularly the ones to Nunu. How much did you see from him as far as wanting to make up for maybe his misses a week ago?
I don't think Noah necessarily looks at it as like trying to make up for it, but he wants to play better. He just has such a high standard for himself, and we all have such a high standard for him. And so I thought it was great the way we executed in the first half on offense. I think we scored on every possession, in the first half. The stuff I talked about last week, like some of the improvement, I thought we were better in the red zone tonight than we were a week ago. I think we were better on third down as well. So that stuff was all really exciting to me because those were areas of emphasis for us, this last week of practice.
Justin and Chris? As far as the offensive line goes, we saw Ryan get some action. What's your evaluation of what he did and just the offensive line as a whole?
Rhino?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rhino. It was funny. It was on the second series, and we tried to up-tempo. And the whole O-line was down here, and I saw Rhino, coming. He hadn't played. He hadn't played in a year, so he was gassed. But I thought he did some really good stuff. And so I think we're all excited for him. As you guys know, when you have an injury like that, it's a long road back. And there's some long days and some lonely days and some hard moments. And, Rhino's the kid that, doesn't go home for Christmas break and doesn't go home for spring break because he's here rehabbing. Like, that's how committed he was. And so we're excited to get him back in the fold. And, hopefully as he continues to build his conditioning level and, that kind of thing, that he'll be able to contribute in more meaningful ways. But we were all excited to have him out there.
Chris and Michael?
You touched on it already, but an improvement on third down from this week versus last week. You guys were 5 of 10 on third down tonight. Just what the preparation was like this week in practice in order to get a result like that in the game.
Well, I think it was something that we just talked about a lot with them and in the practice environment, putting them in those situations, right? Just like a lot of work on third down, really, really being thorough in the conversations about our plan and the need for high-level execution if we want to be the team we want to be on third down. And so I think Coach Daggy and the offensive staff did a great job with that. And then I think the players did a nice job in converting on some of those. And there were a couple that got taken away because of big penalties, right? So that number would have been better. So I'm encouraged.
We got to see Riley Wilson for the first time. He was kind of flying around all over the place in the backfield, et cetera. Does it kind of excite you, the possibilities of integrating him into like the first team?
Absolutely, absolutely. We have high expectations for Riley, and he was unavailable for some of the training camp with an injury, but like we're glad he's back now, and so I think everyone's going to love watching that guy play. He plays with crazy red line. He's got physicality to him. He has a nose for the football. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Justin and Brian. And then with specifically with Javid, what was the most impressive part about the way he was able to perform tonight?
I was just excited to see him. It's funny. I was on his head on Wednesday about playing faster, just all the time, and I think that showed up tonight, right? It was awesome, and I think Noah threw him some great balls, to catch those or to make those throws, those long throws, and complete them in stride, where the receiver doesn't have to slow down, is really impressive. And so those balls were on the money, and then Nunu was able to finish them, which was really, really exciting.
Brian and Colin.
Kedrick didn't play. I think he was in a boot, and then Trey looked like he went to the locker room, didn't come back. Anything about either of those that you think could be long term?
No, I don't know yet. I don't know about Trey, and Ked, we'll see.
Last week you had the running game that was super explosive. This week it was the passing game. What does it mean to you to have an offense like that where you can pivot depending on what the game needs?
Yeah, I think as we look at it as a staff, I think we're going to be disappointed that we didn't run the ball better tonight, to be honest with you. I think we can be much better in that regard. It was fun to see us be that explosive offensively, and I think that's one of the things that we talked about with Coach Daggy and kind of the addition of the receivers that we brought in. It was exciting to see those explosive plays, and and also just I thought Noah had great command of the offense, the entire game, and so that was really good to see him just operating and executing at such a high level.
We'll go to the back and then we'll finish up with Justin.
Two questions. One, Jabari Mann was ejected for that roughing the passer penalty. Yep. Any comment on that? And how do you go about addressing that?
Don't do it. Yeah. Keep your head out of it. You know better. That's an easy one. He knows better. He's been playing football for a long time. Targeting is not a new rule.
Second question. Great passing game today. You talked last week about your running game and how it's great to have 3 players play that position. Mm-hmm. How did that week with practice lead up to this game, and also how did they perform today?
Well, I think I just mentioned I think we need to run the football better, if that's what you're asking. You know what I mean? I think there was some good runs in there. I think it was fun to see Wesley Yarborough get in there and run the football and have some nice runs there at the end of the game. But I think that's something as we get to work on this thing, we're going to want to make sure that we tighten up some of those things. And there was also some good runs in there that penalties negated also. And so, that's obviously going to be a huge point of emphasis for us as we get back to work.
Considering his connection to the program, how was it seeing Mason Bray get into the game there?
It was awesome. It was awesome. He looked great. Went on his, a couple of those zone reads, and it was fun. I think Mason Bray is an awesome young man, and he's worked incredibly hard, and he's doing a great job. He's doing a great job, learning the offense and playing quarterback here, and he's doing good in school, and he's having a great experience. So he's someone on the team that's respected and valued, and it was awesome to see him get a chance to play quarterback.
We saw a lot of freshmen get into the game. Was there one in particular on the offensive side of the ball that caught your attention?
I think it might be Wesley. I know that was late in the game, but I thought he ran with confidence. He ran with physicality. He seemed to have really good vision out there, and so I'm excited about that.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach.
All right, bear down.
All right, that's Brent Brennan from the interview room at Arizona Stadium after a 48-3 win by the Wildcats of Arizona over the Wildcats of Weber State. Yeah, you heard him say in terms of Trey Smith, defensive end, left that game in the first half, did not return in the second half, so we'll have to kind of see what the injury could be there. Again, that's a big loss when you consider that the Wildcats are going to be without Jabari Mann as well for at least the first half of the game Friday night against Kansas State. Trey Smith, one of your starting defensive ends, so that means somebody else is going to have to step up and get it done for the Arizona Wildcats. Final score again, 48-3. We've got one more break to get in. We'll get you your scoreboard and wrap things up Coming up, this is Meridian Wealth Management, Arizona Game Day. You're listening to Wildcats Radio, 1290.
At O'Reilly Chevrolet, we love trucks. We love them so much, as a matter of fact, that we've dedicated an entire month to them. And during Truck Month, right now, you can pick up a Chevy Silverado, the #1 selling full-size pickup in Arizona for the past 3 years. So what are you waiting for? Check us out at O'Reilly Chevrolet on Broadway next to Park Place Mall. Call 747-8000 or go to O'Reilly.com. See us today and get that new truck at O'Reilly Chevrolet, giving you more since 1924. Together, let's drive.
Uh-oh, another plumbing disaster. Don't panic. Call the pros at Acclaimed Drain and Plumbing Solutions. From clogged drains to full-blown repipe repairs, our expert team is fast, getting repipes done in 1 day. Reliable, professional, and always ready 24/7. When water won't behave, Acclaimed saves the day. Call 520-200-1089 or visit acclaimed-drain.com. Acclaimed Drain and Plumbing Solutions. Trusted, local, acclaimed.
Step into a world where rewards never end. Welcome to Club Soul at Casino del Sol and Casino of the Sun. Every moment brings excitement. Every visit unlocks exclusive perks, free play, dining discounts, and more. From high-stakes action to luxurious experiences, your rewards grow with every play. Join today for endless benefits and unforgettable moments. Club Soul. Play more, earn more, experience more. Casino del Sol and Casino of the Sun. Enterprise of the Boscoyaki Tribe.
Do you trust those in charge of your
Looking
financial
for quality
future?
windows without the wait? Come to the Window Depot. We carry a huge selection of Milgard windows, in stock now and ready for pickup. Need something custom? No problem. From new construction to full home replacement, we'll help you order the perfect Milgard windows built to fit your space, style, and budget. Whether you're a homeowner or contractor, the Window Depot makes it easy to get the windows you need fast. Visit thewindowdepot.com to find a location near you and see why we're your Milgard window experts.
At Goldberg and Osborne, we know Arizona. It's where we live. It's where we work. It's where we've fought and won cases for the injured since 1989. Throughout our history, we've approached every case with a single focus: you. And we've got thousands of 5-star reviews to prove it. Put us to work for you by calling 1-800-THE-EAGLE today.
Do you trust those in charge of your financial future? Trust is founded on 3 core principles: competence, honesty, and benevolence. Those making decisions about your financial future should always place your best interest ahead of their own. I'm Natalie Fernandez-Lee, and at Meridian Wealth Management, fostering trusted relationships with our clients is our top priority. Call us at 719-1433 or visit meridianwealthllc.com to learn more today.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
Oh, no, not the sink. Not now.
Plumbing issues can put your life on pause. But with anytime emergency scheduling, the Neighborly Done Right promise, and more, Mr. Rooter Plumbing will have your life flowing again in no time.
All fixed.
Much better.
Mr. Rooter is proud to cheer on the Cats. Mention this ad for 10% off any plumbing service. A win for the whole family. Bear down, Arizona.
Mr. Rooter Plumbing,
a Neighborly company.
Hi, this is Mary with Mesquite Valley Growers. Mesquite Valley Growers has the largest selection when it comes to picking out gifts of living plants, flowers, trees, and cactus. Indoor, outdoor for your home, your apartment, living gifts can go just about anywhere. Green, green, green plants of every size to create beautiful spaces indoors. And if you can't decide, you can always give a gift card. Mesquite Valley Growers on Speedway just east of Pantano. Open 7 days a week. Give the gift of living all year round with Mesquite Valley Growers.
Our Window Depot coverage of the Wildcats rolls on. This is the Meridian Wealth Management Arizona Game Day postgame show on Wildcats Radio 1290. Now, back to your host, David Kelly, the tight end, Glenn Howell, and the captain, Kelvin Ifon.
Dahl will take the snap, play fake, back to throw, sets up, fires for the back of the end zone, man open, caught, touchdown, Arizona, a strike to the back of the end zone, and Fafita delivers it Nunu Watley, talk about a guy that has made an impression early on.
That drive was as pretty as it could have been. It was perfect execution all the way down and topped off by that beautiful pass by Noah Fafita. It was just a seam route by Nunu Watley. He had about a 10-yard lead on the defender that was covering him. That was a perfect pass from Noah Fafita.
And Noah, a couple of hand claps, will take the snap straight back to throw. Has some time, waits. Deep down the near side, got a man open. Watley makes the catch. He is gone. Nunu to the 20, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, Arizona.
Noah Fafita throws an absolute dime. He just dropped it right in the bucket in stride. Nunu Watley jets to the corner of the end zone for a touchdown.
Let's take a look at what's happening today around the rest of the country. The Wildcats Radio 1290 Game Day Scoreboard is brought to you by Goldberg and Osborne. Goldberg and Osborne, Arizona's leading injury law firm.
All right, games in the top 25 today. Ohio State, number 1 team in the country, beat Grambling by a score of 70-0. It was number 2 Penn State over Florida International, 34-0. Wow. Other games. 3rd-ranked LSU over Louisiana Tech, 23-7. Number 4 Georgia beat Austin Peay, 28-6. 5th-ranked Miami over Bethune-Cookman, 45-3. Number 6 Oregon demolished Oklahoma State, 69-3. 7th-ranked Texas beat San Jose State by a score of 38-7. Clemson over Troy, 27-16, a little bit closer than most people thought. 10th-ranked South Carolina over South Carolina State, 38-10. Illinois goes down to Duke and wins, 45-19. It was Florida over South Florida. I should say South Florida over Florida, an upset, as the 13th-ranked Gators go down 18-16 at home. Number 14, Florida State over East Texas A&M, 77-3. Michigan loses at Oklahoma, 24-13. It was Texas A&M, number 19, over Utah State by a score of 44-22. Ole Miss knocks off Kentucky, 30-23. Number 21, Alabama over Louisiana Monroe, 73-0. Tennessee, the number 22 team in the country, over East Tennessee State, 72-17. Indiana beats Kennesaw State, 56-9. And it was, let's now actually go over to, that's everything on the top 25 that's not Big 12. We'll get you some of the scores in the Big 12 conference now after an Arizona win over Weber State by the score of 48-3. We mentioned Oregon's big win over Oklahoma State. Mississippi State comes back in the final minute to beat Arizona State 24-10. The Sun Devils had the lead late in that game but could not hold it. Iowa State on a late field goal beats Iowa in the Battle of Iowa, 16-13, the final score there. Baylor over SMU, 48-45, as the 17th-ranked Mustangs go down to defeat. Number 24, Texas Tech beats Kent State, my mother's alma mater, 62-14. Utah wins big for the second straight week. The number 25 Utes over Cal Poly, 63-9. Kansas falls to Missouri on the road, 42-31. It was Cincinnati over Bowling Green in a battle of teams from Ohio, 34-20. Colorado knocks off Delaware, 31-7. How about this one? West Virginia goes to not Ohio State, but Ohio in Athens and loses to the Bobcats, 17-10. Tough loss there for Rich Rodriguez and company. Maybe the big game in terms of Arizona Wildcat fans, the next team coming in, the Kansas State Wildcats, they lose at home to Army, 24-21. It was Houston over Rice, 35-9. Central Florida beat North Carolina A&T, 68-7. And BYU is 2-0 on the season, even with a freshman quarterback, as they knock off Stanford by a count of 27-3. That is everything happening on the college football scoreboard today.
The Wildcats Radio 1290 Game Day Scoreboard is brought to you by Goldberg and Osborne. Goldberg and Osborne, Arizona's leading injury law firm.
All right, we will tell you that in terms of scores around the University of Arizona, volleyball won again today on Saturday, now yesterday. Volleyball knocked off San Diego, UC San Diego 3-0 at the Boise State tournament. So the ladies win all three of their matches there. And tomorrow it'll be Arizona soccer, or this morning, I should say now, in about maybe 7 hours or so. They'll take on Pepperdine over at Mulcahy Stadium. So check that ball game out for sure. All right, that is going to pretty much put a wrap up on our coverage here tonight. Don't forget, we are now the official home in Southern Arizona of the Carolina Panthers. We'll have Carolina Panthers football coming up for you this morning. Coverage begins at 9 o'clock. Tucson in Review moves from 6:30 to 7. So check that out. Great interview coming up there with Ryan Olinger, a U of A grad who has made a tremendous film that pays tribute to the Colorado River. So that'll be coming up at 7. NFL preview at 7:30. NFL fantasy forecast at 8. NFL Insider at 8:30. And then Panthers pregame at 9 with kickoff at 10 o'clock, Carolina and Jacksonville. Of course, Sunday Night Football as well on Wildcats Radio 1290. It will be the Buffalo Bills and the Baltimore Ravens. That'll be 4:30 coverage time on Westwood 1 with kickoff at 5:15. All right, we want to thank everybody that was a part of these broadcasts tonight. JW Madden produced the pregame show. David Dragon Ball Amata produced the ball game on the AM side, Wildcats Radio 1290. Dusty Dale ran the dials on the FM side, 107.5 FM. Thanks to all of those people. Thanks to Priscilla Mugwa running the cameras in there for the post-game show if you're watching on YouTube and or Twitch. And as always, thanks to Kelvin Efon and Glenn Howe as well. Once again, your final score tonight on a rain-delayed, lightning-delayed night in which the game did not start for 2 hours after it was supposed to. In front of an announced crowd of 40,038, it was your Arizona Wildcats 48, the Weber State Wildcats 3. Until we talk to you on Monday, DK on the Sports Tip at 3 o'clock. I'm David Kelly. Have a great Sunday. Enjoy this first Sunday of the NFL season. It is going to